If you're still using for loops to reverse an array in JavaScript, you are working too hard. I used to do the same thing until I found a one-liner that changed everything. So here is what I wish I knew earlier. Let's say for example you're building a chat app and you have an array of messages, and the order of entering of these messages are like the newest message is the last element of the array and the oldest message is the first element of the array. But you want the newest message to show up at the top of the array, so to come as first element of the array. And to do that, personally, before I was using the for loop and it looked like this, so I declared an array, empty array. Afterward, I initialize my for loop, does it. I took my index from the last element, so messages, and -1, last element, and the condition here. And the condition here is the condition here where greater than or equals to 0, and for every iteration. So after every iteration, I wanted that the index number to be reduced by 1. That's it. And for every iteration, so I wanted that an element to be added in our array reverse. So let me try. So the corresponding, take the corresponding index and does it. So let's just try and console log it and see the result. Here is reversed, and maybe for example let's write a comment, a string near it to say that okay, the result is from the method with the loop. So with loop, so with loop, sorry, loop and a comma. So we save it and we run the code. Here's the result. So as you guys can see, the last element became the first element and the first element became the last element. So using this method is working. I'll show you it's really working, as you guys can see, but it's way much more line of code. So after learning for several hours JavaScript, I discovered one liner, as I said, that did everything, and the name of it is reversed. So sorry, reverse method. So, and the syntax is that you just have to put an array in front of the reverse method, and the reverse method will just flip everything inside this array. So that's just it. And let me show you guys. So let's say for example declare another array here. So say reversed 1, empty array. Take it to be empty, and here we just take our messages and we put it inside. We want to log it and see the results. Say read reverse. Here we basically have the reverse function. So now let's run everything again. Okay, so here is it. We have the same answer, so the same result. So basically two different methods but the same result. As I said, one method necessitates way much more code, whereas the other method is just one liner. So that's how we can basically use the reverse method. And don't forget that this reverse method can also change the original array. So if you don't want the new array, original array to change, you just create an empty array, as I did here. You just create another empty array and just set it there. Or if you want the new original array to be changed, you just connect it like this and just leave it like that. That's it. So yeah, we shall go to two examples to show you guys again how it really works. So let's say for example you have an array of posts, and this is the first post, second post, and the last post, and we want that for example, the user want that the newest update to be at the top, so post 3. So to do that, we do the same thing, post reversed. So now we are changing the array. So now we are changing the original array. So I think now if we log it, here's the answer: post 3, post 2, and post 1. So let me just delete this guy. And we do the same thing here. So for example, we have an array of songs from A to C, and we want to play the last song added. So the last song added, normally if we added the song like this, song A came first, song B came second, and song C came last. So the last song to be added is song C. So now we just have to, as I said, reverse the array. That's it. On the code and CBA. That's just it. So here's what I learned. Sometimes the simplest solution is just a built-in method. So just make sure to look at the documentation and so on and so forth. You just have to find it. So here's it all for the tutorial. So personally, I'm still learning just like you. But every small steps, every small lesson makes my journey much more easier. And if you want to grow your web development skills with me, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and let us learn together. And more essentially, if this video helps you, don't forget to like, leave a comment, and thanks for watching.